What up, though, y'all? Okay, sometimes you gotta jump off and jump back on. Hi. Hey, y'all. There we go. Lord have mercy. You know what the worst thing about, babe, remember, was this last night we were talking? Oh, no, it was this morning we were talking about this. You know what the worst shit is about this social media stuff, right? The worst shit about it is that it will magnify and lift the most garbage content, right? The content with people just cussing folks out, telling people business, disrespecting each other, doxing people. Like these platforms will let the dumbest, wackest shit ever go to hundreds of thousands and millions of people. But when we get on here and we start talking about how we can climb up out of this hole, when we get on here and we start talking about the importance of ownership, I'm talking about all of y'all, owners of the algorithm. I done gave y'all motherfuckers a name and everything. Me and my broke nail. But I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. And that is the reason why we got to build everything from the bottom up, you guys. Literally, we got to build everything from the bottom up. Because let me just put it to you like this. If I didn't have this rag on my head, they know, it's like almost like, oh, she got the rag on her head, her lips chapped, she about to give these people some knowledge. Now, when I'm like all dialed up and lashes on lashes on lashes and hair did, nails did, everything did, and looking cute and, posing and shit, those posts, baby, listen, they go everywhere. And I don't know what it is about our people who are so consumed with the bullshit. It's just amazing to me. Don't you even think about it. Y'all about to see me and my husband scrap. He trying to be Superman in the vehicle. But I'm just sick of this shit. I'm just tired of it. It's so shallow and meaningless. And, you can't really get any real information that's really going to push us forward, right? Now, there are places that you can go. Like, my husband be listening to some folks on YouTube, and I'll be like, damn, they know exactly what they talking about. But you just got to work so hard and put so much into it to break through the algorithm. And I've been saying this forever. All of these people out here who are making all of this money, who are black entertainers and celebrities, who are not out here on the front lines, who are not out here using their platforms to tell the world what is going on in this industry. It's funny. I was listening to an actress. I don't know her name, and I'm gonna give her credit for it when I figure it out. But she was like, all these actors where you look and you see them on stuff. I have a lot of friends. You see them in commercials. You don't know their names. You see them in movies. What's the man's name that is like Mr. Wick? I can't think of his name, but he reminds me of my cousin Kevin. I think he passed away recently. The man who worked at the what's the place called in John Wick? At the hotel, whatever. When you see actors like that, those people, you're in good hands with Allstate. You know what I mean? Those are the people who the people with all the money and all the fame and all the resources should be standing up for. Those people who have invested their lives and their time and their careers and their talents and their gifts into being supporting cast, into making sure that the shit that the big people do looks believable, feels believable, and they have somebody really dope and talented to play off of. Those are the people who worried about their insurance getting canceled. I'm one of those people, right? You know my face, you might know my name, and you probably know my name more now because all the bullshit that started with R&B Divas and all the stuff with Kelly Price and all the stuff with P-Valley and Katori Hall and Lionsgate and Stars, right? For all the reasons that I would prefer you not to be familiar with my name. But there's a lot of people out here that are really struggling, and a lot of people out here that are really hustling and trying to make things happen for their families. And those are the people that need the support of all of these people that we keep putting a battery in their back, making it seem like they're so extra fantabulous, and they're not pouring back into the community, period. I say that all the time. And pouring back into the community is not giving somebody a job and paying them $25 an hour to do it. Pouring into the community is identifying people in the community who you believe as a creative. Like, once I identify people who I think have the ability to continue to carry the torch and dig deep and not quit and keep going like I do, I'm gonna hook those people up when I have the opportunity to do it, because that's how we have to do it. And my husband asked me today, he was like, do you think that, I'm putting our business in the street, but it's not a whole lot. He said, do you think sometimes, no, he didn't ask me, he just made a statement, and then I asked him a question. He was saying sometimes, we talk about giving the game away for free, which I get on Instagram Live and YouTube and all of the various platforms, and I just give it away for free. I'm not charging $99. I'm not charging $1,000 for a masterclass. I've been in this business for 30 years. A lot of shit I don't say, because if I think the algorithms don't like me now, the motherfuckers really won't be able to handle me if I say what I want to say. But my point is just, it's always free. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends who's a money person, and she's a boss. And she said, Nikki, the thing is, people feel like if they pay a higher a higher price for something, then it's more valuable. And my husband said that. He was like, you want to give it away for free, but you have to put value on the knowledge and the information that you're sharing, because it dilutes the value. Do you guys believe that? Do you think if you just give the game away for free, that people are going to actually take it as seriously as they would if they had to pay $1,000 for the shit? Because I got tens of thousands of dollars worth of information in this brain of mine. You know what I mean? And I'm really curious to know if there is a point there, because you're trying to help the community by dropping gems and dropping knowledge and sharing information, right? And you already got to bust your ass to break through somebody booty hole that's brown, and then somebody fighting with somebody. It's like I went through and I started unfollowing people because I was just really irritated with all this, remedial ass content that people be posting. And then it was just such a headache to even do that. And then you go down, it's just so much. So my point is this. It's just a question, and you guys drop it in the DM or in the comment section. Do I need to start charging for all of this information that I'm sharing for free, for people to really actually see the value in it? Because there are a lot of people that I know that have said clearly, you need to put more value on the information that you're sharing, because people are not going to be into it unless you are charging a nice little rate for the information. Let's see what y'all saying down here. Somebody said, I think you should go on a seminar tour. Those that want to receive. That's a good idea, Chike. And somebody said, people won't think it's real. You have some people who will take that on, but they'll have more people who gravitate towards it if they pay for the service. Right? It sounded like they agree with you. It sounds like it's got to be a pay for play. Is it entertainment or information? We know Nikki Gilbert because she is a living legend. Thank you, Centennial. I love and appreciate you for that. Yeah, I don't know. That's the question. Do I need to attach a price tag to the information that in my heart and soul and spirit I want to just give to my people for free? I don't want to charge people for this shit. I feel like, God puts us here to sow into others and to give back. But if it's going to reach more people by them paying for it, then maybe that's something I should consider. That's all. You think so, babe? Yeah, my husband's like, because like I said,
you paid for it.
Well, yeah, I did pay for it in sweat. Right. You want fame? Well, fame cost. No, I didn't just pay for that shit in sweat. I paid for it in $500,000 in litigation and legal fees against P Valley and Katori Hall. So I've actually paid for it in money too. You understand? Yep, I'm going to say it every single time because I'm sick of this shit. And guess what's triggering? What's triggering is when you see all of these people out here on these picket lines fighting for the same thing that me and Monique been fighting for the last 11 years. And now all of a sudden, and this is just how the world goes, but now all of a sudden that non-black people, I'm not trying to make this a race issue, but let's call it spade to spade. Now it's affecting them all of a sudden, suddenly, it's a big national issue. And like I said yesterday, Deadline.com, Hollywood Reporter, Tamarind Hall, like all of these places that have been uplifting and magnifying, and P Valley and Emmy and P Valley and P Valley and P Valley, none of these people have taken the time, or maybe they have and they just, don't care because I'm a black woman or it's their friends or whatever. But if you're a journalist and you're supposed to be sharing news stories, this copyright infringement case against P Valley is probably one of the biggest copyright infringement cases to come along in a very, very long time. Why? Because P Valley is one of the biggest shows on TV. Why? Because it is a very legitimate claim of copyright infringement and IP infringement, right? And if you go and you look at the hours upon hours upon hours of conversations I've had and footage we've put together and what is on Pacer, you will clearly see that this is worth mentioning and this is worth watching. And the only reason why it is not is because my name ain't Angelina Jolie or my name isn't Nicole Kidman. If I was Nicole Kidman or Angelina Jolie suing P-Valley for copyright infringement, it would be everywhere. And that's the shit that's not fair. Because if you are a journalist, right, and you have these people on your show and you are talking about all the fabulous things that are happening with it, have the journalistic integrity to ask them about the copyright infringement litigation brought on by No Ego Entertainment and Nikki Gilbert Daniels, right? Right? Just inquire about it. It's not going against anything. It's not like you're subjecting yourself to anything legal. It is a public document in a public court, and there's a lot of great information that can bring awareness to this so that other people don't have to worry so much about fighting a giant without the support of the giant publications that magnify all the great things that the giant is doing, but won't be transparent and honest and direct about some things that could be questionable. I'm not asking you to render an opinion, because the only opinion that matters is the court in LA, the judge, and we've got assigned to one. So that's the only actual judgment opinion that matters. But when we start talking about creating awareness for these things that happen to us all the time, for the rampant colleague, I looked up the other day, there's so many cases of IP theft and copyright infringement that nobody ever hears about, because everybody says, shh, don't say nothing about that. You don't want to talk about it, so you can't learn that way. But then when you go and you look at the Pacer and you see that all of these people who have been victims, and our stories be almost exact same stories, down to the letter, right? And nobody ever hears about it. When you face something like this, you don't know where to turn. You don't know how to get information. You have to go through this rabbit hole of digging and reading. I've read so many case files and why they ruled this way and why they in substantial similarity and what that means and how this can get thrown out and what a summary judgment is. And people don't know about that. And people are afraid to look, because you know what? It's a dollar sign attached literally to every word, every syllable, every period, and every quotation mark. You're going to pay $10,000, $15,000 for it. But until we get to the point where we're prepared to take those risks and figure out how to squeeze blood from a rock, we're going to keep being in a situation where large corporate companies with billions of dollars keep bullying people who don't have it out of their intellectual properties. And the reason it's a problem is because black people make money based on the fact that we're super talented in the areas of content and sports and all the places they keep stealing from us. And I said the word stealing. I didn't say the people I'm dealing with are stealing. I'm saying it's thieves and stealers out in the universe. I feel my blood pressure rising, so I'm going to get off. Love y'all. Peace.